Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Elder Scrolls Arena. Okay. Now, here's our favourite tavern. Now, one of the problems with this game is the sad fact that as well done as the wilderness is, it's largely meaningless unless you just want to go out and have a wander. Pretty much like this. I mean, I've been looking into more about Elder Scrolls Arena, and basically you can't walk through the wilderness. It's just like an area outside town. So if you're thinking you're in a standard basic D&D game, you'd have your safe haven, and then you'd have the wilderness around it, and you just basically go out and explore the wilderness. It's fair enough, perfectly reasonable. That is basically how this setup was visualised, because every town has a wilderness, so you can go out and explore. The problem is, and this was with such procedural generation, is there's really no point to it unless that's exactly what you want to do. So in many cases, people would miss out on all of this because there's literally no point to it. It doesn't further anything other than giving you experience. And to be honest, you kind of, because of the way it's set up, you could just as easily walk outside and repeat the same dungeon grind over and over, and explore all these areas, because it's all random. Not that that's going to stop us, although I should probably save save over you. I mean, in terms of what we're doing, I mean, none of it really advances the plot. Gets an experience, but again, it's like, well, we could get the same experience elsewhere. We don't need to actually do any of this. We don't. It's like, for example, I can explore this area and this area, but they're like, ooh, they're red. They're on the maps. You'll notice how they're like virtually identical, because that's the modular nature. That is literally a grid of wilderness around. So these are both exactly the same in the wilderness. We're not going to find anything else new. And yet when we go through the door, whatever we find behind the door, well, that's all random. Of course, that gives me a slight problem, because it's like, where do I want to go? I don't particularly want to speed run the game. This might be a dungeon though. Because you miss pretty much a lot of the detail. Because when you think about it, when you play a game like D&D and you're going out and you're doing this and you're exploring the wilderness, there's no point to it other than because you want to do it. It's exactly the same here, and this looks like it is a dungeon. Yes, okay, this is a dungeon. Okay. Now, dungeons, as you can see, but they're not mapped. Similar sort of layout, you can explore them, but they're not pre-mapped like... the tombs we've been exploring so far. Which is a good thing. Okay. Where did you spring up from? Oh, wherever it was, you're not springing up from there again. Okay. The fun part is being randomly generated. I have no idea the layout of this dungeon. There's no... This is as new to me as... It's not like I can see, oh yeah, I've got these rooms to clear out. It's literally a case of, you know what, we're going to explore everything. See what we can find. Because we want to try not to miss anything. That's what's important here. Okay, now this is good because this wall down here, this is the base. Basically, this is the edge of the dungeon for us. Again, there's no need or reason to any of this. It's just doing it for the sake of doing it. And there's lots of this everywhere. Which gives you the question of, you know, or me the issue of, where am I going with this series? So I would greatly appreciate any feedback on anything you want me to do, because I mean, if you like just watching me explore dungeons and stuff, that's great, I can do that. This is a great game for that. If you want me to hurry up and get to the end, then I can do that as well. I mean, the simple truth is there's so much randomness in this game that you can just do stuff and live forever. A very, very old, kind of old school D&D type game in that regard. Who needs to worry about plot? You can just explore dungeons. then again, the point is you're asking yourself, well, what is the point? What am I doing? And the truth is, it doesn't really matter. Because you're basically doing whatever you want. It's up to you. I know, like the wilderness, you can't explore too far out before it glitches. But, I mean, the wilderness is modular, as we've seen, and full of random stuff outside each town. And it does extend a fair way. I think it's a grid of 64 by 64 modules is how they worked it in the end. Damn you! Fortunately, you can't go... Well, I say 64. Basically, that's what it starts with, and it just creates those... When you get to the edge, it just repeats infinitely. Till you hit the glitch lands, which is basically it running out of space. Ooh, there's a door down there. Well, there's no real rhyme and reason to these dungeons. They're just randomly generated, which is pretty cool if that's what you want. I mean, you'll notice that's quite similar. Like with the wilderness, the dungeons are kind of modular too. And you'll get to know the patterns. But then that's half the fun, isn't it? And like I said, the real issue with all this modular is simply you can literally do this forever. I mean, our entire game could literally be screw the plot, we don't need to find anything. Not found much in the way of loot here, have we? So if you, this, as you can see, it's like a repeating thing. And you've got these little bits, and that'll be basically where the staircases are. They'll either be empty or there'll be staircases there. It's a great way for keeping the size down. And if you think for the tech of the time, it's actually quite impressive. To be honest. Whoa. I mean, in many ways, this game does appear to be more of a tech demo than anything else when you think about it. It's equivalent to, you would say it's equivalent to the original No Man's Sky. A sort of exploration in procedural generation. I mean, right now, my main concern, which I'm glad to have kind of fulfilled, is just showing off that there are actually dungeons in the wilderness. It's not just all mini set pieces where you automatically know everything about the area you're in. Okay, that's interesting. Because by all indication there's a room in there which can only be accessed through here. So let's go and have a look. Yep. Which means by deduction, and the fact that it's modular would be the same there. So yeah. Now the fun part. No niches. Okay, so let's see if I can heal. You gonna let me heal? No. was tough. Back at the zombies. Only a bit like Night of the Living Dead round there. There, I can see ya. Okay. Ratty. Trigger warning, spiders. So yeah, I'm kind of glad this opened into a dungeon. Well, I could have just done some more you know, exploring and some looting of small tombs. It's good to kind of show this off a bit. And of course, more experience the better. But yeah, so a bit rambly. I mean, don't know my audience's connection with D&D, but originally the most basic ones were you would have a safe haven, you would have to provide facilities, and you go and explore a dungeon. And it's like, well, why would you do that? And it's like, well, why are you asking why? That's the game. Even if the dungeon is a mega dungeon, or I mean, some of the dungeons had stories behind them, and sometimes you had a plot, but originally it was the most primitive versions is literally a bunch of rooms, and it's like, here, go explore this. And the thing is, there's not much wrong with that if that's what you want. Well, I'm glad I saw them coming. Damn, those spell swords. So yeah, give me more, I wouldn't mind some feedback on kind of where you want me to go with this game. Oh.
With you.
Damn yo. Okay, well. Try that again. Save grinding. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, we are healed. So, and we're in this upper corner. I don't know how far much further it goes yet. I think we might be near the other corner, but I'm going to save it here, as I have done. This, oh, I guess not. How dare I get interrupted by minotaurs? Minotaurs, how dare you? Okay. Well, we'll do that again. There we go. Another save. This has been Vane doing the Elder Scrolls Arena. If you like what you see in here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.